Hey guys, how are you? My name is Jay Hawley, and I just wanted to do a quick review on this new product I got. It's the iKan 5-inch touchscreen 4K capable monitor. So let's start with things that I love. First thing I love is the price. This thing is $399.99. Makes you feel better than spending $400 because it's not quite $400. And if you do B&H, it's no tax, free shipping, which is a no-brainer. The second thing that I love about this little guy is the size and the weight. So again, I'll show you this thing. It's a little 5-inch monitor. I'll make sure it lines up there for you. It'll lock on. Give it a second. It is, for me, this is like the perfect little size for the setup that I have right now and just for monitoring. So I have a Shogun, which I'm using to actually view myself and monitor what's going on. And I love the Shogun. I love it, but it's 7 inches, which is nice for my eyes actually, but when you put the battery on there, the Sony battery, it just gets heavy, and depending on what you're doing, it can be cumbersome. So I love having both options for what I do. And by the way, mostly what I do is corporate, and I do shoot a little bit of weddings, but most of what I do is corporate and or events and running around. So having both monitors, the Shogun, which is right off screen here, and the 5-inch for me is turning out to be like a dream come true. Another thing I love about this is the battery options. So it's got 2 battery options here. Just the Canon LPE6, which is great and makes it super lightweight. And the other one it comes with is the Sony NP-F, I believe. So I love both these options. They're perfect for me. I have a good amount of Canons from when I used to use Canon, and I have a ton of Sony. Again, for the Shogun and for my lights, they run on a lot of stuff. So I'll never run out of batteries. But here's another thing I love, and I'm gonna show you this quickly. I'm gonna show you how easy it is to change battery plates, okay? So I'm gonna put this up here, let it lock in for a second. Okay, so it's locked in. Here's how easy it is to change batteries. You just press the unlock button, you push this out, and then I'm doing this all backwards, so give me some grace here. And then you put this in, and then, oh, this hand, you lock it with a little lock right there. I did it backwards with it facing the camera. Mind you, I have a monitor, but that's how easy it is. It's awesome. So I'm just gonna change back. The other thing I love about this is the fact that it takes 4K in, which is great. It doesn't, I don't know if it's I'm pretty sure it isn't a 4K actual screen. I think it's a full 1080 screen, but it takes in and down converts a 4K signal. So that I definitely love about it. Another thing that I like about it is the fact that it is touchscreen. So I'll turn it on for you, and we'll give it a second because it's not super quick to boot up, as you can see. I do like the fact that it's touchscreen. Now I have the touchscreen turned off, but here, I'll just turn it on quickly. So it's super simple. So make sure you guys can see that. It is responsive, and it's a good touchscreen. I don't like touchscreen normally, so I turned it off, but I love having the option. And you can actually pinch to zoom, which I have a clip of that for you guys. So I love that about this thing as well. And I also love the sharpness. Okay, this thing is very easy to tell when it's in focus. It has focus peaking, but I actually haven't needed to use that even in high contrast situations. I could just tell when it's in focus, and when I pull it back on my screen, I nail it, you know, every time. And the more I get comfortable with the screen, the more I nail it. So that's not an issue at all. Okay, here's another cool one. It's probably simple, but I'm used to the Shogun, and again, I love the Shogun. Putting a sunscreen on the Shogun is the most annoying thing in the history of mankind, and then taking it off is also one of the most annoying things in the world. This is super simple, and I have a clip showing you how to do it. All you gotta do is attach this little Velcro thing, which it shows you how to do that, and then the lens hood can go on so easy. It's easy to see in the sun. I'm sure other ones are that simple, but I love how simple this one is. And then last but not least, one thing that I love that they included, which is awesome for me, is this thing has audio features. So on the A6300, where you can't monitor audio from the headphone jack, I mean, there's no headphone jack, so you can't monitor the audio. You can see levels, but this thing has levels, and it has a headphone jack, which is awesome. So you can monitor it, and I think they thought about that for little quirks and cameras like these. But to me, I was like, jackpot. now I don't have to worry about it because I can monitor on here, and this goes really well with the size of the a6300 because you want to keep that thing small. That's why you're buying it. And so I love that it has a audio port, I mean a headphone jack. So that's sweet. Okay, so I covered all the things that I do like about this thing. Now let's talk about the things I don't like. Let me tell you, they're not that big of a deal at all. Let's start with the first thing. The color of this thing is not exactly what you see on the back of your camera. So you can dial it in, absolutely. And when you dial it in, it looks a lot better and it's totally usable. And you know, you can get really close, but I have to check the back of my screen to make sure that I'm doing it well. Yeah, that's one thing I don't like. Maybe you can calibrate it, I don't know, but we'll see. Another thing that I really would like, and I could be totally wrong, but I read the manual, I couldn't find anywhere. There's no battery life indicator, so it'll just die. These Canon batteries, these are knockoffs by the way, because Canon batteries are 60 bucks. They last about an hour and a half, which is not bad. I'd love it to be better, but I have no idea when it's gonna run out. I would love to have an indicator, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe there's a button, but I've checked everything, and I can't find one. Definitely an annoying thing. Last thing I dislike, like I said, these things aren't big deals. They're not a deal breaker. It doesn't deter me from saying that this is an awesome friggin' monitor and recommending it. One more thing though, one mounting port. So just on the bottom, even one other one on top. There's room right there for it. All right. Final opinions on this iKan, and I probably should know the name of it. I think this is an awesome, awesome purchase. It's a no-brainer. I bought it like the second day it came out after I saw what they were, after I saw an iKan presentation on it, and I knew that just hand it over, 400 bucks. Also, let me end with this. This is a sweet accessory to the Ronin. I have a Ronin M, which I use a lot, and this thing adds like no weight. It is awesome. Buy this, the new iKan 5-inch 4K capable touchscreen monitor. There you go. That's it.